Hi.
Little Miss Trouble changes colors. She changes color. Little Miss Trouble wasn't called Trouble for nothing. She may look very sweet, but believe me, she means trouble. On this particular morning, Little Miss Trouble was making a phone call. A troublesome phone call. She was pretending to be Little Miss Shy, and she had invited Mr. Nosy round for a tea. Who is this laughing? Little Miss Trouble?
This is Mr. Nosy.
For later.
Yeah.
But that was just one of her many troublesome tricks. Look what she did to Mr. Small. She covered his house with a large box. When Mr. Small woke up the next morning, he found his house was completely dark. So he just rolled over and went back to sleep. Who is that laughing? Little Miss Trouble? And that's not all. She also went to furniture shop. Good morning, she said cheerfully to the lady in the shop. Mr. Mean has sent me to buy some beautiful armchairs from your shop. Please send him the bill. Who is that laughing? Little Miss Trouble again. Poor Mr. Mean. When the armchair were delivered to his house, he thought he might faint. And when he saw the bill, he really did faint. Who is that laughing? Little Miss Trouble, of course. Enough was enough. Little Miss Trouble needed to be taught a lesson. Oh, I am so very, very clever, announced Mr. Clever to his friends. I have the cleverest idea to get our own back on Little Miss Trouble. Would you like to know what his plan was? Of course you would.
To cover, this is Little Miss Trouble, and then this is the brush and this is the paint.
Let's see. Well, it's quite simple. Just take a look at Mr. Clever's drawing. Who is that laughing now? It's Little Miss Trouble's friends. The next morning, as always, Little Miss Trouble had lots of good ideas for causing trouble. She met Little Miss Sunshine in the street. What has happened to you, Little Miss Trouble? Exclaimed Little Miss Sunshine. You are blue, completely blue. Really? Said Little Miss Trouble, very surprised. If I were you, I would see a doctor, said Little Miss Sunshine. Who is that laughing? It's not Little Miss Trouble.
Sunshine.
Maybe. Little Miss Trouble went into the grocer's shop. Why is she blue? Said a very confused Mr. Daisy. Has she been drinking ink? What if we all catch it? Worried Mr. Fussy. You should stay in bed if you are ill. Does it itch? Asked Little Miss Magic. Little Miss Trouble started to worry. Outside the shop, she met Mr. Funny. What a beautiful blue color you are, Little Miss Trouble, he said. That color really does suit you wonderfully. I don't know what you are talking about, replied Little Miss Trouble crossly. Well, the strange illness you have, of course, said Mr. Funny, suddenly serious. Who is that laughing?
Mr. Funny.
It's not Little Miss Trouble.
Mr. Funny, Mr. Funny.
I think so. And by now, Little Miss Trouble was feeling really quite trouble. Little Miss Trouble had to find out what was going on. As quickly as she could, she ran to the town paint shop. Tell me, Mr. Paintbrush, she said hurriedly. What color would you say I was? Let me see, he replied. Let me look at you very closely. Well, said Little Miss Trouble impatiently after several minutes had passed. Blue, said Mr. paintbrush. Definitely blue. Decidedly blue. Sky blue. But this is terrible, said little Miss Trouble. Is there anything you can do to help me? I have exactly what you need, replied Mr. Paintbrush. Tip this into your bath and you will soon be back to normal. And he handed her a small packet. The next morning, little Miss Trouble was looking very pleased with herself. Good morning, little Miss Trouble, said Mr. Silly. What a pretty color. As blue as the bluest sky. Such a wonderful color, agreed little Miss Sunshine. Fabulous, nodded Mr. Small. But I hope you spoke to a doctor. Are you sure you feel quite well? Said little Miss Magic. Everyone started laughing. Everyone except little Miss Trouble. That is, she didn't understand what was going on. Have some water. But at that moment it began to rain. And as the rain fell on little Miss Trouble, little by little the blue started to wash away. Until soon there was nothing more than a big blue puddle at her feet. Who was that laughing? It's little Miss Trouble and her friend. It's little Miss Trouble and her friends.
Wait, you skipped the page.
That was a very good trick, laughed little Miss Trouble. She had got her old color back again and her smile, but unluckily for her friends, her troublesome ways were back too. They would better look out. The end.